Good day, students. This is Miss Coward, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Inkscape design software. This is the software we're going to be using with the Eggbot to print out our holiday ornaments. Now, I'm going to just be giving you an overview, and I'm talking over a voiceless recording I did yesterday, so I may have to stop it here and there to explain what I am doing. But here goes. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is sign into your Google Drive account. This will enable you to access Inkscape online free, and we are going to be using a abbreviated version of the software because we are using a free version online, and it also can be kind of glitchy. So I may be mentioning that in the video. Okay, so here we go. After you sign into Google Drive, type in Inkscape down online into your browser, and then you're going to want to choose the one that says Roll App on it. The Roll App one is the second option down. Then you're going to launch the application because it does talk to your Google Drive. Launch Inkscape with limited capabilities. Today we're going to be creating an emoji, and I'm going to show you all the steps to do that. Now, I know this screen looks confusing, but it really isn't. And again, we're not going to be using everything, but you do have some familiar things in here that you've used with other software, and I'll be explaining that. Now, I could use all semester telling you about this software, but we're just going to be using one or two little features in it. But you see, you do have your drop-down menus and your regular toolbar icons there. I'm just going to roll over all these drop-down menus here. Design software uses layers, and this is an important concept to know about because when you're working with the Eggbot, you're going to choose one layer at a time to put the different colors on so that you can change the pen out when you're using the robot. I'm going to be using fill and stroke today. I'm also going to be using the path menu where we're going to be using the difference option there. And then our Eggbot extension will be under the extensions menu. Now you'll notice there's a third toolbar up there, and it changes depending on which toolbox tool you're using along the left hand side. And I'm clicking down there so you can see how that menu changes up there. We're going to be using circles today, so I'm going to just leave that one selected. And you also want to make sure you've got the full circle coming out when you draw out your object. You can change the color of your object down at the bottom. Now right now, I'm going to be making a circle using a diagonal motion with the tool. I've got red selected, but emojis are yellow, so I want to change that. And then I want to duplicate it twice by using my Control D keys. But first I'm going to select the tool. Now you'll notice if you hit select one too many times, you're going to be on rotation. So you only want to click it once and then do Control D twice. And I'm just dragging these out real quickly so you can see that it just duplicated the circle 2 times and put it right over the one we had. And now I'm just undoing that. Okay, so now I have my 3 circles. I'll change the top one red. I'm going to hold my Shift key and my left mouse button and pull it in diagonally so it'll make an equal ring along the outside on the yellow circle below. I'm going to hold my Shift key down and select both of those, and then I'm going to choose Path and Difference. Now you have an invisible yellow circle over the third circle, and you can change that color to the cantaloupe color so that you can provide some shading around the outside of your emoji. You'll want to draw in that top circle by selecting it and have a little yellow ring around the outside. Then you're going to go under your object menu and choose fill and stroke. Now you're going to go to the HSL Color palette, and you're going to make sure your cantaloupe color is the shade you want it. And then you're going to change your blur to 1 or 2, depending on your taste. I think I left mine at 2. And then you're going to make sure you have the yellow circle chosen, and you're going to know that by looking under HSL and making sure it's yellow. Then you know that's what you have chosen. Then we're going to put a stroke, which means an outline around our circle, by choosing pixels and changing it to 10 width. When you do that, it will put a circle around the outside, but we don't really want it that color. So if you want to change the color of the stroke, you're going to go down to your color palette down below, and you're going to hold down your, hold on a second and I'll tell you which key it is. You're going to hold shift and click to set your stroke color. And so I made it a nice brown color there. And I may have put a little blur on this. I can't quite remember. Let's check it out here. Yeah, I did put a little blur there. So now we've got the face of our emoji finished, and we can start putting in the details of the face here. We're going to be using, again, all circles. So we're going to make sure to draw out the circle, make sure it's black. Let's see here. There, I drew it out. Now you'll notice it still has a stroke on it. So I need to take that stroke off of this circle. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go select it, and I'm going to go over and change it to 0 on the stroke panel to make sure it doesn't have an outline. Let's see here. There we go. Now I'm going to use my select key to make sure I have my circle selected, and I'm going to Control D to duplicate that. Now I have a black circle over a second black circle. I'm going to change my top one to red so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to move it like so. And it might take me a minute here to get that looking the way I want. Then I'm going to go to Path and choose Difference. This just eliminates the top circle and takes what's left of the black circle underneath. And now I'm going to shape it the way I want it. This is going to be the eyeballs on my emoji. So I'm going to duplicate that now and move it away. Duplicate, Control D. And then I'm going to pull it away and put it on my emoji's face. We're going to make a happy emoji. There we go, like so. Just drag it over, make sure you have them selected. Now you can hold your shift key down and select both eyeballs and move them around at the same time, or resize them both together so that your emoji is not wonky-eyed. We don't want that. Okay, so now we're going to choose a circle again and choose pink or red, whatever color, whatever shade you want your highlighted cheeks to be. Draw out a circle for that. Select it. And then we're going to go over to fill, and we're going to choose to make a gradient fill on that. And it's not very dark, so I'm going to make a couple of layers there. Excuse me, I've had a bit of a cold. That'll make it a little more vibrant. Then I'm going to Control D to duplicate that. Excuse me again. Now I'm going to drag that over to my emoji's face. Sorry, I've had a bit of a cold here, guys. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video here for a second. Okay, so now I'm going to draw out the mouth. I'm going to duplicate the circle and make it red and make the mouth. And then choose Path and Difference again. Okay, now I'm going to use node selections, and I'm just going to use the nodes. I'm probably going to zoom this in a bit so I can see a little better. Hopefully, this is where it gets a little glitchy using this free software. I apologize again for my voice today. I've had a very scratchy throat. Here I'm just trying to play around with these nodes to make my mouth look a little fancier. And I think I ended up zooming in a little bit. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to zoom in so I can see it better. Whoops, that was a little bit too much. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now I'm going to need to drag it over. I'm going to use the move bar down at the bottom to drag it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I can see a little better. Let's choose those nodes again. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to drag the nodes around and make our smile look a little fancier. Yay, that looks kind of cute. Okay, now we're going to select this and move it over to our face. It might take me a second here to get it all zoomed in so you can see. Alrighty then. There we go. Now I'm going to select the mouth, drag it on over, and drop it where I would like for it to be on the face of our emoji. I am going to resize this using the handlebars, and remember, if you hold the shift key when you're resizing, it'll keep everything in proportion and it won't mess up your smile. There we go. And so there you have it, your emoji there. If you did not get your emoji finished last week, go ahead and give it another go and see if you can't add some of the shading and the different details. And then I will show you how to take a screenshot. This being limited software, it doesn't enable us to save in Inkscape. So we're going to take a screenshot so that we can add it to our Google Classroom and turn it in. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you in class.